I'm seeing double!
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars! I'm Emoi the Amazonian and today I'm going to be copying some enchantments with Yenna, Redtooth Regent. So this deck is kind of similar to my Calyx deck, but it is slower, fairer, and definitely relies a little bit more on things that aren't just the commander. Our commander though, Yenna, Redtooth Regent, cares about copying enchantments, but specifically likes to copy auras. Now, auras are typically not that strong. I would say the strongest and best auras we have are Ossification, which allows you to exile a creature or planeswalker. That's really great. We also have auras that make your creatures really big, like All That Glitters and Ethereal Armor, and a couple auras that function as other types of removal, like Cartouche of Strength, which lets you fight. So those are the auras that you can copy with Yenna, and you copy them by paying 2 and tapping her. What's kind of tough about this is if you're not copying an aura, she can only copy one thing a turn. If you are copying an aura, she untaps herself and scribes, which allows you to do it again. Some abilities that work really well with this are actually Constellation abilities. Constellation is the Theros ability that's based on enchantments entering the battlefield. So an enchantment enters the battlefield, including a copy of an enchantment, and you, for example, draw a card or get +1/+1 counters. This is different from the other Enchantress effect here of Sithis, which is casting an enchantment. There's a mix of both of those in this deck, but this gives us a really great excuse to run cards like Eidolon of Blossoms. It also, because Yenna is doubling things, gives us a great excuse to make more and more and more. Yenna is able to double things like Anointed Procession, Parallel Lives, which I don't have in this, and Doubling Season. And if you're wondering, Amy, why do you have Doubling Season instead of Parallel Lives? Well, I'll show you why. It's because of this card, 3 Blind Mice. Yenna is able to make a copy of 3 Blind Mice, which then can make copies of itself. So normally that would take a turn. So on the second turn that 3 Blind Mice is out, the second part triggers, and you get more Blind Mice. 3 Blind Mice, and then 3 Blind Mice. The song never ends. It just keeps going. But if you have at a Doubling Season, you can do that all in one turn, choosing to copy 3 Blind Mice, making a mouse, and then a copy of 3 Blind Mice as many times as you'd like, and then breaking that chain to make a copy of just any other token, like the 1/1 mouse that's on the battlefield. This is a really, really cool interaction in this deck that, if you manage to get it to go off, feels exceptionally fun and powerful. So Yenna's here, able to double our removal, that's in the form of auras or other enchantments like Banishing Light, our threats, and our token doublers to make even more with the double-double. Yenna can only double things that don't already have copies out on the battlefield, so she works well with Calyx to just set up a token copy and then maybe make even more. She also makes things non-legendary, so like you could have Calyx copy himself once that's going on. This is the secret commander of this deck. Shout out to Calyx, a really, really strong commander who has recently been moved into higher matchmaking. So if you want to play a fairer, funner deck, maybe try out Yenna. So we're going to take it into the queue, and we're going to copy our enchantments. Arwin, Mortal Queen, a fellow Selesnya commander. I've got some difficulty with dealing with indestructibles, but thankfully a lot of the removal in our deck is actually exiling. We have Banishing Light and similar effects, which tend to just go nicely with the cards that we're already running. We also have in our hand Wandering Emperor, though I do not have the mana for her yet. Ooh, I could go Isper Sentinel. I'd rather play Jukai Naturalist. And the reason for this is I can lead by playing Restoration of Eiganjo, get the planes, and then play Esper Sentinel next turn. Elvish Archivist. Ooh. That draws a card from enchantments, or gets +1/+1 counters from artifacts. Neat. I have a feeling next turn I'm going to be, like, dropping Michiko's Reign of Truth and bringing it back with Restoration of Eiganjo. If we draw a land, I could also drop one of the 2 lands. Or if they kill one of these, bring one of them back. Hey, Elvish Archivist. So I wonder if they have an artifacts or enchantments theme to their deck. Arwin does play nicely with especially a lot of enchantments because she plays well for scales or hardened scales cards. Cards that get you additional +1/+1 counters or other types of counters like Doubling Season, which are all happen to be enchantments. Some of them are creatures too, like, was it Kami of Whispered Hopes? That sounds right, so I'm gonna say yes. Would you like to play Arwin? No, it's a Voracious Hydra. Oh, I think this is a Scales deck. The Hydra can munch up the Naturalist or the Sentinel. It's gone. It's in the graveyard. I will discard Tamio's Safekeeping to bring back the Jukai Naturalist from the graveyard. This gives me lots of mana. This gives me the potential for copying things next turn. It's Yenna time. Hello, please do not remove my Yenna. I need her here. She's my emotional support Yenna. Ooh, Clay Champion with 5 +1/+1 counters. And able to spread the love a little. Yeah, nice. That was an artifact entering the battlefield, so to get the +1/+1 counters. Nice. I want to copy things. I will get out Sanctum Weaver. And I will duplicate the Sanctum Weaver so I have all the mana in the world. And then I will pass the turn, holding my Swords to Plowshares up, exiling removal because we are in white. Yenna did the thing! She made me lots of mana. Well, mana for next turn. This is also more enchantments on the battlefield, which is great for Michiko's Reign of Truth, Chapter 1 and 2, and also the flip side. My Yargle Swords to Plowshares is the superior Swords to Plowshares. The Wandering Emperor? Are you going to exile my commander? That's fine, I got to use her. And now I have enough mana to play her again. Bye, Yenna. Would you like to attack? I don't actually feel like I need to keep either of these alive. So I'll trade one of them for the Clay Champion. They do have 1 mana up here, so if they try to, like, do something tricky, we can respond with the swords. Also, just blocking before we use swords gets me an extra token! A 1/1 Colorless Spirit token. They're choosing to kill the Architect of Restoration. And that's totally fine with me. Ooh. Yeah. Let's, start getting silly here. You're gonna defend the temple. Ooh, Michiko's Reign of Truth. Make that Jukai Naturalist nice and chunky. We're going to tap for a bunch of green. I will attack with my Jukai Naturalist. Would you like to block? Yes, you would. Llanowar Elves will go to jail. We have enough mana for both of these off of the other Sanctum Weaver. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enchantments. Hopefully more soon. We'll have a way to sink our mana into creatures entering the battlefield of this. Once it flips over. Ooh, what are you doing? I see you targeting my creatures and it makes me uncomfortable. Ossification! Do you pay the 1? They do. See what they target. Probably Yenna. Okay, that's fine. I'll just put her back over in the command zone. I wish I had card draw. Nobody gives me card draw.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Okay. Wandering Emperor. Gonna make a little guy, and I'm just gonna Swords to Plowshares this. Scooch it out of the way. It's not real, and it can't hurt you. But it can't help me win the game. I have so much mana. I'm able to bring back Yenna. I can even throw down this Wolf Willowhaven. We're doing it all on 4 lands. GG Arwin. I only have 2 mana in this hand, but I do have something to play on 2. Something that will hopefully see Seal from Existence enter the battlefield. Oh my gosh, we got a raid from Wrath Levy! Right when we're getting into the game. Welcome everybody. We are currently playing a lovely deck featuring enchantments and copies of them. Thank you so much for the raid, Wrath Levy. Let me give you a shout out in the chat. No, this is me not typing well. Slash. Shout out, Raphael Levy! We go to attackers. They don't do anything. So this is a Vadra deck. It's almost certainly going to be some form of control. Or storm. Sometimes it's a bit of both. It helps to play both. I have 3 mana. I'm going to try to land Calyx here. Calyx is absolutely a threat. And I would say very, very, very worth countering. Sadly means I don't get to draw a card. The Archivist is sad. Vadra out here discounting their spells. Vadra out here going into exile. Drawing me a card with the Elvish Archivist. Straight to baby jail. Vadra does cost 3 mana, so we do have the potential to exile him with Elspeth Conquers Death. Ooh, Pirate's Pillage. This tells me, by the way, this might be Storm. This is also just a good card to discount in general. Now, listen. I know what I want. And it's the loyalty of an army. An army that will untap and grow every turn. Virtue of Loyalty, awesome new card for tokens and enchantment stack. Vadra coming down. Has 2 treasures. I should have swung with the Archivist to send a message. You're so right. I should have been like, die by the one power of my Elf Artificer. Elfificer. Doubling Season does get me more +1/+1 counters. Such dear temptations. My priority, though, trying to get rid of Vadra. Let's see if they counter this. They have... Okay. So that discounts future things by 4 mana, so they have a 5 mana worth of spell. Slundi Vision. They could have cast that before the Infuriate. Okay, well, bye. Fishing for trash. And swinging in. Gotta love my garbage. We take that. Yeah, we take the... I think that was an example, by the way, of, like, I miscounted my mana. And that's totally fine. It happens to all of us. A big score! They have 4 mana up. Not enough to replay Vadra, since he has been dead and gone twice now. Kinda want to start getting that Yenna out. And I'm gonna throw Audacity. Oh, the Audacity onto this knight. They could have been looking for Pact of Negation. If they have a damage-based word wipe, it will kill everything here if it's burned down the house. It won't if it's Storm's Wrath. Okay, Vadrak's back onto the battlefield, but it's not going to make a difference. We have a lethal swing here, assuming I don't get greedy and start tapping Yenna all over the place. I would tap Yenna, but it would be to make a copy of our Audacity. An audacious win for Yenna. Aratos Bruchhammer is playing Balmore, Battle Mage Captain. Wow, that's a lot of Bs. I'm going first, and I have a Curse of Silence and a Reprobation. What I don't have is green mana, but I have a Hope, a Dream, and the ability to tax their commander, Balmore, Battle Mage Captain. Curse of Silence, by the way, is an aura, which means it's extra good to copy with Yenna. Sprite Dragon's coming in. Okay, well, let's thin our deck and shuffle our cards, because right now we're mono white, and it's kind of embarrassing. I'm not a mono white deck. I'm not. I'm Selesnya. Sprite Dragon gets a little bigger. Each non-creature spell they cast gets a +1/+1 counter permanently on it. And they're frolicking! Frolicking and flittering and hitting me for 1. Would I like to discard a card? Yeah, okay. I found green mana, so I'm kind of happy. I can go for Yenna this turn. I think that that's fine. We'll have enough mana, assuming Yenna is alive and they don't have any counter spells, to, like, Anointed Procession, copy it, but the Sprite Dragon doing the damage that it is, we may want to use Fateful Absence on it instead. Frolicking Familiar! Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I can also copy Curse of Silence if I do this line. I think that that's very fair. I'm going to lead with Esper Sentinel. Great. I'm going to kill the Sprite Dragon. Wonderful. And I can copy this or this. I like copying the Curse, though, because then I can still attack with Yenna. And we're going to continue to name Balmore Battle Mage Captain. So now Balmore is being doubly taxed. Elspeth Conquers Death can hit Frolicking Familiar. Sanctum Weaver is big ramp. I will take both of these in this order. And I'll swing in with Yenna. Boop! Harmonic Prodigy will double any triggered abilities, such as Fake Prowess. This is not actual prowess, because it's only when you cast instants or sorceries. Traitorous Blood! They stole my Architect! You give that back. Thank you. Ugh. Some people always doing crime. Do I want to make a bunch of 0/1? Bunch of 0/1 cowards? Or do I want to exile something? I want to make a bunch of 0/1 cowards. Because then they're not wizards. And Harmonic Prodigy is also not a shaman or a wizard. Ooh, Shaper's Sanctuary, Sanctum Weaver. I like all these cards. Just keep them there. I'm in no rush to do anything else. As for Sentinel, you don't get to attack. Baby, I know you want to. But you're a 1/1. You're a sweet little baby. You're a sweet little baby. And these are all cowards. This, though, this is a spirit. They've got spirit. Beam Splitter Mage lets them split and copy a instant or sorcery that's targeting it. This is kind of like a Zada ability. That's kind of neat. No, my guy! I can't call anybody else a coward because we already have 2 reprobations on the field. I love how that works, by the way. So funny. I'm going to get down Anointed Procession, and I'm going to copy the Architect of Restoration. Then I'm going to swing with it, because it's going to make a bunch of tokens. I know I also could have copied the Anointed Procession. I'll do that next turn. And then I'll have so many spirits. I don't actually think I need these curses. Yeah, I'll sacrifice both of them. Now that I'm kind of ahead, it's one of those things where, like, I'm ahead. I'm at 8 life because of that Sprite Dragon doing so much early damage. Okay. One of you. over here. I don't know. It can't be Embercleave. They're just short on that. But it could be something. Let's make a bunch of tokens. It's Whirling Strike, and this ability does get doubled. They also are going to be getting Trample off of Balmore. Wow, I actually feel like I did a perfect job blocking here, and I love that for us. Also, look at my little army. It's so cute. Elsewith Conqueror's Death can't hit that. If I just swing in here, they block Yenna and take 12, 13. Okay, I think I see what I'm doing here. We are going to animate the Cave of the Frost Dragon, and we're just going to swing in with everybody. They didn't block our biggest creature, so this is lethal damage. TG Balmore, Battle Mage Captain. Hidetsugu and Kairi. This hand is okay. It could use a plains, but I think it's fine as it is. I like the Virtue of Loyalty and Audacity, all that glitters, and some removal that hits Hidetsugu and Kairi, and specifically exiles. Why do I like that? Because Hidetsugu and Kairi does something when it dies, something nasty. Very often this deck is a bit of a combo deck, where Hidetsugu and Kairi comes out, looks at the top cards of the deck, puts a reanimation spell on top of the deck, and then tries to sacrifice itself using any of the free sacrifice outlets, and then bring itself back. I'm actually going to just play Yenna here. I feel like they're going to counter this, do something about it. It doesn't really matter. Okay, sweet. Yenna actually got to stick out here. That's great. I only had like one small thing I could do at instant speed otherwise. Think Erasers! Alright, gonna hit that Elspeth Conqueror's Death. I would. Lurking Guy 1091, thank you for the 19-month resub. As you would expect, there goes the Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Am I about to be glittery and hittery? Nice, a cast out. There is a chance that they'll be copying that for next turn. But first, we have to copy this! Yenna! Grow! I want that Sun Petal Grove before I want the Wanderer. Though... yeah, I want the Sun Petal Grove first, and then we can work on doubling things. That's a 10-10 yen! I know I could throw things to the bottom, but I like both of those cards. I'm satisfied with their existence and presence. Alright, so Dark Ritual means Hidetsugu and Kairi comes out, but they do not have a sacrifice outlet right now. That's possible that they find one. Maybe a land-based one? Or a Viscera Seer with a land? They don't know that I drew more exile and removal. Okay, no, so they have Phyrexian Tower. Phyrexian Tower is how they plan on doing this. Okay. What do you have on top? So they moved Hidetsugu and Kairi back to the command zone. It's an Emrakul. I lose 13 life. Well, 13 life does not kill the me. We have lethal. We play Audacity, we copy Audacity, and we swing in for a lot of damage. I don't actually think we need to even copy Audacity. I think we actually put it on there, and the other two All That Glitters get +1/+1, and that's just an exact C play. Love that for us. Emoti, Karuga. This deck is gonna ramp right at you. Karuga is here as a companion because this deck has only things that cost 3 or more. Yep, it's an Emoti deck, all right. And what does Emoti do? Emoti ramps. Emoti ramps a lot, really, really fast, really hard, and then plays big things, things that cost 6 or more, because you get to Cascade. Emoti also cascades when she's cast. We don't have to worry about them doing anything on these first turns. There are a couple adventure spells that you can kind of cheat out with Karuga as companion. It's like, oh, the card itself costs more, but the spell and the adventure doesn't. Now, that's... I don't believe that's what's happening here. I would like to draw a card, Sithis. May I draw a card? Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Ooh, ramp? Yes, please. Typically, emoji decks do not run that many counter spells because you don't ever want to cascade into a counter spell. It's just not that good. Unless it's specifically like a copying counter spell like Sublime Epiphany. It's got modes. Got our command tower. Got some boots maybe for next turn. Let's play Cetessan Champion. Never protect, only attack. Draw lots and lots of cards, as an Enchantress deck does. You have 5. They could play Emoti. Or they could bounce a bunch of stuff back into my hand. Okay, that's completely fair. They also are getting Cartographer's Survey, which will get them up to 2 lands. I really don't like Cartographer's Survey. I know it can get you non-basics, but once you've had it, like, blank on you once, it's like, oh no. No, not like this. We're gonna make a really weird forest here. It's a forest that taps for green, green, white. I love green, green, white forest. The Yenna is down. The Yenna is down. Here comes Emoti. Into Ristic Study. Do I pay the 1? I might. We'll see, okay? I might not want to pay the 1. I'm not really a big fan of paying the 1. Yeah, this is a Lotus Field. But it's like a multicolored Lotus Field. It's really cool is what it is. I'm going to play Banishing Light. Casting this draws me a card from Sithis. Yeah, I pay the 1. And I'm going to exile the Ristic Study because I just don't want to think about it, see it, or acknowledge its existence. Emoti. First, actually, some of this. Ooh. Yeah, okay, I'll throw it on here. I like both of those. Ma'am, go to jail. And this way I am still holding my Alseid as protection. Emoti cascades. She's getting cast. And finds Worn Power Stone. That's 2 more mana. Perfect for a future turn. Yeah, soon they're gonna have some big nasty stuff that comes out. And they could also just draw a bunch of cards off Karuga. If they put her into hand here, play her next turn, that's 3 cards already that she draws. Ooh, how do you scry? Top or bottom? Down to the bottom. Ringbloom Druid will also actually just shuffle their cards anyway, because they're going to sacrifice a land to get 2 more. Goodbye, Island. Oh, never mind. Goodbye, Bark Channel Pathway. I think it's time to holla get hallowed. I don't feel like I need more card draw. That's why I'm not playing the Cetessan Champion. Ah, look at you guys! Oh, you're even vigilant! I love this. More! No, I demand more! Ooh, put them on the Alseid. I am not drawing lands. This is embarrassing. I don't actually feel like I need to copy anything here. Maybe the Hallowed Haunting. Yeah, let's copy the Hallowed Haunting. Discard a card. I will discard the Rune of Might. Now, if they play something huge and scary here, like a River's Rebuke or Cyclonic Rift, that'll be rough. But they have tons and tons of mana, and I don't know yet what they're going to do with it. Karuga will draw them lots of cards, and that leaves them with 5 mana left, or 6 if they use Castle Garenbrig to cast a green spell. They also haven't played a land yet for turn. There's the land. Ooh, it's Nykthos, currently generating a ton of mana because they have a lot of green pips out here. Oracle of Multilis and play lands off the top. That's not a land, but it is a good card. That's a Vorinclex. That's a big Vorinclex. So we're going to try to kill them next turn. Right now, they only have green. Green is not that scary. They shuffle their cards. This will get them 2 basics untapped. There's another land on top. Oracle of Multi lets them play it. 3. Weatherseed Treaty gets them another land, but it is tapped. I think we're good. I think we're good to party hard with our army of spirits. Remember, these care about the number of spirits, so let's just throw down some enchantments, like this one. Ooh, and this one. Get ourselves a land. So we can also play this one! That seems like lethal damage. I'm not, like, counting or anything. I'm not doing the math. But the numbers seem to add up. GG, Emoti. Slimefoot and Sque, a goblin and a fungus who like to bring back their friends from the graveyard. This hand does have white mana through the Sanctum Weaver. I just have to hope that they don't kill it before I can tap it. This is a Jund commander that probably does have access to some good single target removal, but it really cares a lot about getting good cards into the graveyard, killing their own commander, and bringing them back. Cool, we have the Eidolon of Blossoms. I could actually play... Yeah, I'd have to play the Dryad first. But we did not get a third land. Ah, yes, a Thought Sneeze. You take that Eidolon of Blossoms right out of here. Or you go for the Mask if you're afraid of me playing really aggressively. I think Blossoms is the better target here. But... I don't know what they've got. Slimefoot and Sque! Comes with a little guy. Curse of Silence. A little late for that. They're already out here. We're gonna name Slimefoot and Sque. I did that because it was kind of just like a neutral game action. Going to play Calyx. We're going to minus and put Slimefoot and Sque in exile. Still, 2 lands! And for anybody who's like, why didn't you play the Alseid as well? Because I needed to have 2 different colors of mana to play Calyx. Or if I wanted to play Yenna, same thing. Oh, hi, Shelly. Hi, Calyx. Ha! A land! I have lands now. Look at me. I've got lands. Are you jealous? You better be. They're mine. I made them myself. Chaldred swings in. I take 4. If I have 8 cards in my graveyard, then Sheoldred can transform, which would be pretty scary. Love how we just have Slimefoot and Sque under the Curse of Silence. Very normal. Tamu's Safekeeping and the Alseid are both able to protect against these. Oof, but I can't protect all of these! No! Really? When I'm behind on lands? So rude. I'll protect Yenna. Okay, we're going to start with the Ancestral Mask. I'm actually going to pop that onto the Alseid. Use this wonderful mana to copy the Ancestral Mask, because it is an aura. I'm going to throw that onto the Dryad. Yeah, it's a land! Wait, but this is better because it gets me a land. Okay, and now I'm going to use the additional 2 mana to make a copy of Sanctum Weaver. And now I'm going to attack in for, I don't know, a lot. Right now, creatures in graveyard for them to reanimate are none. Now that could change really fast, but still, hasn't changed yet. They saw me keep the thing on top. They know it's something I want. The Butler. He's gonna put cards into graveyard. No creatures, though. No creatures got put into graveyard. Restoration of Eiganjo! Yeah, don't mind me tapping that for 6. They know what's up. We're finally going to get some lands. We're going to be able to copy some stuff with Yenna. And we're going to get to swing in for a lot of damage. GG, Slimefoot and Sque. On one side, gets you whatever aura or equipment you want. And that could be removal. It could be aggressive. Or play Kellen. Oh, gosh, that's a monkey. Hey. How you doing, Ragavan? Listen. I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure that you, don't do anything too hasty. I got some turn 2 ramp down this Arcane Signet. Oh, you stole all the glitters! You wanna play it? It's probably good for your deck. You don't even have to use treasure for it. It's a big monkey. That is a monkey that is as big as Yenna. That monkey's gonna hit me again. I need to find some removal for that monkey. Play with fire, getting rid of my Eidolon of Blossoms, and swinging in for another 4. Becomes 5. It was a land, I believe. Yep, that was a plains. I got 4 mana too. Kellen! Doing the Birthright Boon. What do you search out? No cleaves. Please, no cleaves. I don't need to die to a Ragavan. Not today. Not today, not now, they're thinking. Hi! Blow them a kiss. Oh, Shadow Spear for trample. Yeah, turn 1 Ragavan, still good. Still very, very good. Ram enters the battlefield tapped, but will draw them a card when they cast an aura or equipment, such as this or that. Now, they might put the boots on the monkey just to stop me from doing stuff about it. Just in case I find some exile removal. They may have also other protective spells in white, something like indestructible, hexproof until end of turn. Alright, so the monkey is now protected. It is an endangered species. Yenna! Yenna! Grow! More! Pretty close. What if I had started with the Wolfwillow Haven copy? I think I may have had lethal, but they could have sacrificed treasures there to get further. Shadow Spear draws them a card, gets them some trample, lifelink, and the ability to get through Hexproof and Indestructible. Yes, I would have had enough mana to do Wolfwillow Haven. But they would have been able to sacrifice their treasures to stop. They've stolen my boots. Oh, 2 pairs of boots. Oh, look at all those little guys. All right, so I need removal for SRAM. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done. Nissa, welcome to the battlefield. Goodbye. That gives me trample. Now wins me the game. GG Kellen! Or, I should say, Ragavan. You did all the work. Daviel Soul Broker! I have some discounts in hand, and hopefully I will draw more lands. This Daviel is very frustrating, because he kind of rolls the dice and tends to win, using this -2 to get an offer and a condition. Can do this multiple times, stacking up emblems that will get them a major advantage in the game. Hello, Duress. Would you like to drop my seal away, Smothering Tithe, or Doubling Season? Smothering Tithe. Okay, fair. Jukai Naturalist. Discount my Dryad. All of my enchantments now cost 1 less. And he's dead, so now they don't cost 1 less. That was a lie. I lied to you. Dryad, come on out. Let me play a second land this turn. It's the Branch Off Pathway. The Celestus, they could definitely play Daviel next turn. Got Setessan Champion or Yenna. I'll play Yenna. Bing bong. A fine 2 damage. Hey, Daviel. Oh, you want to draw cards, huh? Okay, okay. I wish I had 1 more mana. But I don't. I could copy something here, but nothing I'd be copying actually changes anything. I just swing in here. And I'll be probably casting out next turn. Like, I could also cycle it. This is one of those, like, it wasn't a great move. Let's see what you got. Invoke Despair. Should be able to just choose Dryad twice. They draw 4, I lose 4. Or, sorry, they draw 2, lose 2. Alright, cast out. I'm going to cast out the Celestus. Cool, a land. bring that into play. I can hit the Phyrexian Arena. I don't think that that's going to be worth it. I'm going to wait. Now that I have this to test and champion out, I wish this was an untapped land. We can copy things, and that will draw me cards. Just getting some damage in. The Gilded Lotus. They have 4 mana. They can cast... Oh, that only gets rid of one of you. Oh my god, I can't even. Draw me a card. Let's roll! A cartouche! Yeah, keep losing life. They have so much mana. Oh my gosh, they have 9 mana right now. They're gonna, like, play Giant Children, and I'm just going to die. Hi, Daviel. Would you like an offer and condition? We have to pay attention, because these are only going to pop up for a second unless they are emblems. Creatures they control get +2/+0. And I think they gave my creatures a perpetual +1/+1, but only for ones on the battlefield. Ah, you stole my Naturalist! Bro, that's mine! We get twice the counters. There's nothing I can really bring back here, so I will decline. It's like I can bring out the Seal Away. That's not actually going to do anything for me. This will flip next turn. I'm not planning on attacking you anyway. Would you like to attack me? Oh, Soren, who has no mirth. He of little mirth. Cool vampire, bro. We're gonna seal away the Jukai Naturalist. Swoosh. Staff of Completion does let them proliferate. I'm not sure if they would want to. Wish I could do both. We have a doubling season, which does mean I can double an enchantment. City Stalker Conister is going to force me to discard the Cartouche of Strength. Well, there goes my copying that. I was going to have the most tooshed up Architect of Restoration. Children, goddammit! Girl, you ruin everything. Dark Ritual. Oh, what are you doing with that mana? What are you doing with that mana? Gix's Command. I have no Yenna. This has more counters. It also has double lifelink. That doesn't actually make a difference, but imagine.
Better to deal with me than with demons.
They get more offers and conditions. All right, I'm going to try and pay attention, see what we got. Whenever they draw a card, gain 2 life, and also sacrifice 2 permanents. That's pretty easy. They have a blood. They have blub. I hope it's something that costs $1 million. It was a land. I do have 5 cards in the graveyard right now. But I will die next turn. So, yeah. Yeah, and to the person in chat who says, I hate alchemy cards, Daviel's not actually from alchemy. Daviel's from Jumpstart Historic Horizons. Your hate is misdirected. You should just hate what's called live cards. If you want to hate that type of card, digital-only cards, they're called live cards. It also includes rebalance cards. Alright, GG. It's Jaren, Corrupted Bishop. Ooh, an alt-art Jaren. When he or another non-token human enters the battlefield, you get another human. Kind of an interesting mono-black humans thing could be going on here. That's kind of nice. Jaren is able to transform. If somebody has 13 life, if they have 13 life exactly, and he turns into Ormondal the Corruptor, which I just think is neat. Hey, Ashnod. I'll trade. They swing in for 1. I can't do anything about that. Great. I take 1. None of you's got a lifelink, right? Nah. I'm gonna put +1/+1 and trample on the Esper Sentinel. This is just to make it a little bigger. Draw a card. Throwing the Ancestral Mask on also would help make it bigger. Jadar's gonna be spitting out 2/2s every turn. Nice, an Ossification. I could certainly go for Yenna, since she can block everything on the board right now. I'm actually surprised the Enforcer isn't coming in. I would have thought that would be a priority. Alright, Ossification, enchanting my basic land. And I'm going to start by going for Baron. Then I'll use Yenna's ability to copy the Ossification. Ooh, Citizen Champion and the Alseid. I'll take both those cards in that order. Actually, I think I'm going to take out the Orzhov Enforcer over Jadar, just because we have a 4/4. Direfleet Poisoner! Could give another pirate Death Touch. Oh my gosh, this is mono black humans. Ooh, I will reveal to you Calyx. And, oh right, because you have a wizard too. And Nissa. Choose your planeswalkers. Throwing down the Citizen Champion. I'm going to make a copy of the Rune of Might and throw it onto her. Okay, borrowed time. I want far more than this. Though admittedly we can draw one off the other and they leave the game because we've stabilized, they don't have removal, and if they try to use removal, they'll have to let me draw. GG. Hello, NIV Mizit. I have something that's kind of good against NIV Mizit. Shaper's Sanctuary. You want to touch my creatures with your 1 damage ability? Well, you better let me draw a card, because otherwise it's not gonna work. By Naturalist, come on down. I'm going to see if I can get down a turn 3 Hallowed Haunting, because that would be good. I NIV Mizit. Ooh, and a Braid on the Naturalist. Yes, I will draw a card. Thank you so much. So NIV Mizit has usually a pretty big mix of counter spells and burn spells. And Curiosity. And Curiosity is kind of the big thing here with this NIV Mizit, because you get it down, you draw a card, and then you kill your opponent by drawing your entire deck. It works. It just works. Eidolon will set me up for more card draw. Hallowed Haunting will set me up for on-cast triggers. You have a Spell Pierce here? Okay, nope. I really want this Hallowed Haunting on the battlefield against this player. Since that will be giving me tokens to hopefully stabilize. They're at 5 mana now. They can play NIV Mizit next turn. Casting the Eidolon gets me a token. Will also let me look and maybe get a land and also draw a card. Oh, we got triggers for days out here. I'm going to grab the Scattered Groves because I'm probably going to be cycling it. What a lovely handful of lands. Arcane Infusion finds them lightning. Real lightning. Would you like to bolt my Eidolon? Yes, I would like to draw a card. Thank you so much. Just the regular little 1/1. Ledger Shredder. If a player casts 2 spells in a turn, they connive! Yenna. You know, I think I will cast 2 spells this turn. Some of this, some of that, some of those. Oh. You do have a Spell Pierce. Or if they just had that, like, just drew it. I feel like they would have used it on Hallowed Haunting otherwise. We have the Alseid now to help protect against burn or other forms of removal. NIV Mizit, you coming down? There he is. NIV Mizit, Harun. Still got 2 mana up. Oh, cool. Wandering Emperor. I'm a fan of that card. It's a good card. I am going to make a very glittery spirit. Cave of the Frost Dragon. I am going to make a very glittery. Ah, I am not. Alright, let's draw some cards. Yeah, yes, please. Let's see, what do we get? Blue. Gonna keep drawing cards. Smothering Tithe. That sounds pretty good against a NIV Mizit. We get no copies, so that doesn't resolve. We can just cycle this. I'll do that now. Ossification. That would give me a way to get rid of NIV. I will drop Forest. Ow. Rude. At least this is going to punish all those pings. Command the Storm! I get to draw more cards? Excellent. Bye! And hey, Calyx. So far the auras I have won't work with Calyx, but... I just gotta set up and we should get there. Let's throw down the cave. Calyx. Get a spirit. Fail to find. Ossification. Yeah, connive as much as you want. Would you care to ping? Oh gosh, there's so many things happening here. Okay, you. I'm out here shredding ledges left and right. Also swinging in with some spicy little tokens. I am 3 enchantments away from getting the Hallowed Haunting buff. Into the Royal Art. So they bounce that back into hand. I have to discard. Find the Forest. Right now they are posing an awful lot of damage. Arcane Infusion, what do you find? They draw a card off. NIV Mizit, an instant cast. Disdainful Stroke. They can counter something that costs 4 or more. But they gotta keep everybody back. Because these spirits are worth fearing. Archon. have a stroke. Sure, I'll enchant my forest. They negate it! But we still get the on cast from Hallowed Haunting. They have 1 mana left, but it does cost 2 life. You get pinged. I like how they're not pinging Calyx, so they're like, oh, they're gonna get to draw more cards. Yes, I am! Ding, and 1 more! You can have a counter. And I'm going to swing in. I have to block all these big boys. And even then, we've rehab just about lethal. 1 more even. Good game. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This episode of Brawl Stars is definitely a bit different from the other Enchantress decks because it's a little slower and a bit more cloney. Compared to the other 2 Selesnya Enchantress commanders we have in Arena, Sithis, this one is less value-oriented and it's slower. Compared to Calyx, it's less tempo and aggro, but Yenna is still cool on her own, and she works so nicely with all of these other tokens and enchantment doubling things. I am a fan of Yenna. I think that she's nice, and I'd like to build her in paper. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments. If there's another commander you'd like to see me build, you know, let me know. And I gotta go because Arena's actually about to go down as I'm recording this video, and, you know, that's just how Arena is. So I hope you enjoyed this video and have a brawlful day.